for the ball, and we are ready for action. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Cuts it upfield. It's Jordan. Driven back.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll ride him again. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again?
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Dropping back, it's Mayaba. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you could regroup, because this environment is hostile.
Gonna field this one in tight quarters. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They give it to him again. He's got the 1st down. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Runs for the tackle.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. The give. On the stop.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And the Badgers will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
On the run, it's Jackson. Just smothered on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Joseph. Got his man. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly, understanding the big fella's open. And the big fella, I don't mean an offensive lineman anymore. That's what tight ends used to be. It's just an extension of the O-line. These guys are now extensions.
Looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. To the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. 3rd down coming. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Look out! And it's a sack.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Not a lot of room to field this one. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll run the counter. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. As we get a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. They'll run him again. A 3-yard gain there. It'll be 3rd and 7. And the Badgers racing to the line in the hurry up. Joseph from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Gets it out of there for the first time today, and didn't see much of him in that loss a week ago. Called on just once. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here comes the Trojan offense, ready to go on the attack. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. Looking to pass. It's Mayava. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Running inside. It's Jordan. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
The Trojans are marching down the field. Looking for space. It's Jordan. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Left side, it's Bowman. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
From the gun, it's Jordan. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Complete. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
And the Trojans are facing 3rd and inches. Now on the move. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Bought a little time, lets it go. He caught it! And he will score! Touchdown, Trojans! There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Throwing Joseph. He'll pull it down. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He leaves it with the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
2nd and long here. Joseph. Under pressure. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
From the gun on 3rd down, Joseph. Fires to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Coleman. Brought down after the huge gain, gets us up and set up at the 27.
On defense, man, you've got to tackle the catch against this guy. He has way too much speed. One of the fastest players in all of college football. If you even give him an inch, if you let him get a few steps, he is gone. And you saw that game-breaking speed on that last catch there. Let's be interesting now to see if this defense mixes up their coverages a little bit more, but no question they have got to tackle better on the back end.
They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Throwing Joseph. Buying a little time to his left. Tight end finds a soft spot. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped them pick up that first.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Wisconsin stops the clock, uses its first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Joseph. They're all over him. Touchdown, Badger! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give is to Miller. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down, and the clock continues to run. The Trojans decide to use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. To the air, it's Mayava. He's got it. Shakes off the defender. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Center down's going to the air. He's taking the shot. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We start with a look in on BYU, taking on the UCF Knights. And it's BYU engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
Maybe some room here.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead. But you know what else would be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here. And I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Complete downfield. The Badgers with the 1st and 10. Keeps it on the ground. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man.
Caught all the way. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Looking to the big tight end. And his throw is incomplete.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game. And someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. The Trojans are in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Listen to this play
And the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Got to make the play on fourth. Right side, it's Williams. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Oh, he's got some space. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
Well, it's pretty apparent who they want to get the football to on this drive, right? It hasn't mattered where this guy is lined up, which side of the field. That's where the quarterback is throwing it. And the defense now has got to take account of that. What's that, 4 or 5 catches in a row? Crazy. This defense now needs the key on him. They've got to be communicating, hey, the ball's coming here if it's a throw.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Wants to throw. It's Mayava. Unloads to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone. Jumped on top of the pile.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give them a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the third down very manageable.
He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with fourth and goal. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And as we start the fourth quarter, they'll try to knock 3 through the uprights. Big kick here can claw them ever so closer to that lead, and the crowd trying to rattle this guy.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Those are the kind of plays in the second half you have to make. This back has had plenty of success. He's gotten a lot of touches. Now, defensively, we got to show him things are about to be different.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to it. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on third down. And the Badgers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Trying to make one miss. Slips through the line. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Breaks into the open. 30, the 20, inside the 10, and he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Badgers! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Back to throw, it's Mayava. Looking deep. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Got some room to run. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Here comes Wisconsin's offense to get this drive underway. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Still running at the 40. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll ride the hot hand. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Quick handoff. There's got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wisconsin! And the pummeling has started. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Moves the pocket. It's Mayava. Timed that hit perfectly to keep it from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. And it's picked off for the third time today. There he goes. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They'll go to the counter. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Fires into the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And they'll get the ball back, stopping him short of the 1st down. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Turning it on. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Right back to the well. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. The Trojans use their 1st timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Here comes the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. look out on the right. Touchdown, Badger. The defense takes matters into its own hands. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they did tack on the extra point. Guess that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. They send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on first. Finds his man. It's Bowman. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He's got it. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. Now from inside the red zone. Finds his man. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the air, it's Mayava. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third, and it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. Lining up to add another. Smashes it through for the PAT. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books.